All right, now we're going into a back-to-back piece. We're going to do both sides of the coin on these.
Okay.
The first one is the player I'm most concerned with is, and before you take him, Chuma Okeke. I'm going.
Go ahead.
Chuma Okeke. I've been a Chuma stan at times on this show. I really love what the guy brings. I was extremely excited after his rookie year and going into his sophomore year. What we saw from him, he's still a tenacious defensive stopper, always guarding the best player on the other team. But I think we have some very valid concerns with Chuma. His efficiency has gone down every year since he entered the league. Yes, his efficiency has gotten worse since his rookie year. He started at 51.3%, and now in just 18 games in 22-23, he's 46.3% from the field. His three-point shooting, which Chuma, we think the role for him would be a 3-and-D guy, as they say.
What are the 3Ds?
What?
What does that mean?
I've
heard that term said so much.
You shoot threes and you're a good defender.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
I thought it was
I'm
for
pretty
3Ds
sure.
and like defense was one. I was like, what are the other two Ds?
Yeah.
See, I can't see 3D art. I can't see what the meaning of 3Ds.
We better not get Dennis Scott on this show. You'll be screwed.
Yeah, I'll be lost.
But yeah, his 3-point percentage has gone down since his rookie year. Came in shooting 37% in those 45 games, and now in the first 18, he's shot 30%. And the shot looks
I can't believe it's
weird.
that good.
The shot looks weird too. It's not
Super
just
weird.
It's gotten odder. Like he's just doing the one-hand shot. So I'm extremely concerned. We saw more of the off the dribble type of stuff from him in his rookie year. We saw a little bit of that before he went down, but not as much as I thought he might expand that part of his game by year 3. A little bit more playmaking, the shot continuing to grow. I mean, if his numbers had gone in the upward direction, this would be a very different player. Even marginal increase each year, he'd be shooting over 40% from beyond the arc, shooting, over 60%, around 60% effective field goal percentage. Like that would be crazy. That would be a dynamic player. Mm-hmm. And maybe I just set my expectations too high, but I'm concerned.
You did say your expectations too high. So I'm not concerned with Chuma Okeke because
Okay.
Whatever. I'm not concerned with Okeke either.
Thank you.
Because he is who he is. And he doesn't have to be on this team after the season.
Wow.
So it's just not, he doesn't,
So
he can be
concern.
He can be a deep bench. Like he doesn't really concern me. Like if he was traded at the trade deadline, I'd be like, well, he played defense. He was a great defender. I couldn't sit here and not mention how great his defense is because it is very good.
Yeah.
But it's the only thing that gets him minutes.
I know
he doesn't
pissed.
bring anything else to the table.
Yeah.
Consistently. And I'm tired of watching it. So like I don't miss him when he's gone or if he's gone. So that doesn't concern me because when I think of concern, I think of a guy who I want on the team, but I don't think he's going to be there. Like we felt about, like you said about Devin Kennedy before the season started. You were like, he's going to end up the odd man out, isn't he? Yeah. He is. Like my concern is going towards Cole Anthony because I love Cole Anthony.
Yes, you do.
I think all the guys on the team love Cole Anthony.
Yes,
I think all the fans love Cole Anthony.
We do.
But I'm concerned with what happens with him on defense. His defense is not as good to cover guys that he has to cover. The switching off when he's in there is bad, and they don't do a good job of switching back. He becomes almost a liability on defense, almost the reverse Chuma, right? But he's not producing at a high enough. He's not producing on the offensive end like Chuma does on D.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like if you're not going to produce at a high level on offense and yet not be good on defense, it's going to be harder down the road to give you minutes. I'm trying to see like next season when I'm assuming we're bringing in either a guard we draft or go get one or two.
Yeah.
And starting to think about that roster and seeing who's the odd man out. And I'm starting to fear that it could be Cole Anthony, as all these young guys are going to need contracts at the same time. He'll be the first to come up.
Yeah.
And will he get it?
Yeah.
And I'm concerned because I feel like he needs to bring up those offensive attributes, which is kind of what made him what he is. He's got that clutch gene.
Yes.
He's got that dog in him. Do it. Like bring that to the table. Cause I know he worked a lot on his defense to try to get better about being, with his man and stuff like that. And I respect that, but hey, we know we saw him with the shooting coach over the summer. And I expected to come out and see him gunning and he hasn't really. And I know he missed some time, but like, I need to see him producing a lot more on offense and doing some stuff. He had one game there where he played several minutes and I think went 0 for 9. Like it
was like his first back though.
I know, but he needs to. That's the one I'm most concerned with Cole Anthony because I want him on this team, maybe more than anybody else.
Yes,
and yet I don't know, man. Like at some point, there's going to be a hard spot for him to fit, and I know who Cole Anthony is. He is not going to accept the deep bench, borderline DNP. Give me 10 minutes, RJ Hampton role. No, nor should I suggest that he get that. But I fear that could be the next step.
Yeah, you're right. If he doesn't continue to build his consistency on the offensive side of the floor, because if he does, and some of the flashes that we've seen, that is a great 6-man guy that you want in the second and third quarter, beginning of fourth quarter. But like you said, it's tough to keep him on the floor at the very end to utilize that clutch gene.
Right.
Because every possession is so important, and you can't give up that much on the defensive end. He has been really going hard on the defensive end, but just some of the physical attributes, unfortunately, make it tougher for him.
Well, if we've got a lot of timeouts down the stretch, we can go offense for defense and just swap him and Chuma back and forth, and then they can both stay. But at some point, you're going to want one roster guy that can do both, or one really good. And, and at least Chuma is playing elite level defense to keep him on the team and with minutes. And right now, I need to see some elite stuff from Cole Anthony in more ways than just being just the best off the court. He's great on social media. He's great with the guys. But that can't be the strength. Nutmeg and cinnamon. Yeah, he enjoys nutmeg and cinnamon.
You want that guy on your team.
Absolutely. And if you don't like nutmeg and cinnamon, I can't party with you.